Have you ever spent hours pulling weeds from your garden, only to toss them into the compost or trash without a second thought? Most gardeners see weeds as nothing more than unwanted plants that steal sunlight, water, nutrients, and space from their vegetables. But what if some of those so-called weeds were actually more valuable than the crops you're trying to protect? Every year, people spend hundreds of dollars on herbal supplements, medicinal extracts, specialty teas, and nutrient-rich superfoods that often grow freely in backyards, along fence lines, beside country roads, and even through cracks in sidewalks. Many of these wild plants have been used in traditional medicine for centuries, while modern research is beginning to confirm their impressive nutritional value and fascinating natural compounds. In this video, we'll discover 7 incredible weeds that deserve far more appreciation than they usually receive. Some are highly nutritious, others have long histories as medicinal herbs, and several have become valuable products sold in today's health and wellness market. 1. Stinging nettle. At first glance, stinging nettle doesn't seem like a plant anyone would want growing in the garden. Its stems and leaves are covered with tiny hollow hairs that deliver a sharp sting when touched, leaving the skin burning, itching, and tingling for quite some time. For many people, their first encounter with nettle happens unexpectedly during a walk through the woods or while clearing an overgrown patch of land. After that experience, most people do everything they can to avoid it. Yet despite its painful reputation, stinging nettle has become one of the most respected and commercially valuable wild plants in the world of herbal medicine and natural nutrition. For thousands of years, people across Europe, Asia, and North America have relied on nettle for an astonishing variety of purposes. Ancient civilizations valued it not only as food and traditional medicine, but also as a practical raw material. Long before modern textiles were invented, strong nettle fibers were woven into cloth, ropes, fishing nets, and other everyday necessities. Today, nearly every part of the plant has commercial value. Its leaves, roots, seeds, extracts, and powdered forms are sold around the world as herbal teas, dietary supplements, tinctures, capsules, and wellness products. As interest in natural health continues to grow, so does the demand for nettle-based products. One reason nettle is so highly valued is its outstanding nutritional profile. Once the leaves have been cooked, steamed, or dried, the stinging hairs become harmless, making the plant perfectly safe to handle and eat. The leaves are naturally rich in iron, calcium, magnesium, potassium, and vitamins A, C, and K. Many nutrition experts consider nettle one of the most nutrient-dense wild greens available. Cooked nettle is often compared to spinach, although many foragers believe it offers even greater nutritional value along with a richer, earthier flavor. Every spring, experienced foragers eagerly gather young nettle shoots, which are prized for their tenderness and excellent taste. These fresh leaves are transformed into soups, pesto, pasta fillings, breads, herbal drinks, sauces, and even artisan cheeses. In many regions, seasonal nettle recipes have become cherished culinary traditions passed down through generations. Even high-end restaurants have embraced this once-overlooked weed. Some chefs proudly feature fresh nettle in seasonal menus, creating gourmet dishes built around locally harvested wild ingredients. Diners willingly pay premium prices for meals prepared from a plant that many homeowners spend hours trying to eliminate. Beyond its culinary value, nettle also plays an important role in nature. It provides food and shelter for numerous insects, including several butterfly species whose caterpillars rely on nettle as an essential food source. Areas where nettles grow often support a surprisingly rich variety of wildlife. Its ability to survive is equally impressive. Stinging nettle thrives along woodland edges, riverbanks, abandoned lots, and disturbed ground with almost no human care. It requires little watering, almost no fertilizer, and reliably returns year after year while many carefully cultivated garden plants demand constant attention. Commercial growers and herbal companies fully recognize its value. Dried nettle products are shipped around the world, and demand remains strong among people seeking nutrient-rich foods and traditional herbal remedies. The plant that many people consider nothing more than an irritating weed has quietly become one of nature's most versatile resources. From ancient textiles and traditional medicine to gourmet cooking and modern nutritional supplements, stinging nettle proves that appearances can be deceiving. Sometimes the plants we avoid the most turn out to be the ones worth appreciating the most. 2. Self-heal. Imagine discovering a small wild plant that earned such an extraordinary reputation in traditional herbal medicine that people simply named it self-heal. That's exactly the story behind this remarkable little herb. Although it grows quietly beneath taller grasses and rarely attracts much attention, self-heal has been respected by herbalists throughout Europe, Asia, and North America for hundreds of years. Its low-growing stems and attractive purple flower spikes blend naturally into lawns, meadows, woodland edges, and open fields, allowing countless people to walk past it every day without ever recognizing what they are seeing. Despite its modest appearance, self-heal has one of the richest medicinal histories of any common wild plant. For generations, traditional herbal practitioners included it in a wide variety of teas, tinctures, salves, herbal extracts, and natural remedies designed to support general wellness. Today, as interest in herbal medicine continues to grow, self-heal remains a popular plant among foragers and herbal enthusiasts who gather it for homemade teas, dried herbal blends, tinctures, and other natural preparations. Its value extends beyond herbal traditions. Self-heal also plays an important role in supporting local ecosystems. Its nectar-rich flowers attract bees, butterflies, hoverflies, and many other beneficial pollinators that help maintain healthy biodiversity in both natural habitats and home gardens. Another reason this plant is so remarkable is its incredible adaptability. Self-heal grows successfully in lawns, meadows, woodland margins, roadsides, and many other environments. It tolerates mowing, foot traffic, changing weather, and poor soils with surprising resilience, allowing it to quietly flourish where many other plants struggle. To most homeowners, it looks like nothing more than another weed growing where it doesn't belong. But to herbalists and experienced foragers, self-heal represents centuries of traditional knowledge, a valuable medicinal resource, and another reminder that some of nature's most useful plants often grow without anyone intentionally planting them. The next time you notice a small plant with purple flower spikes growing among the grass, don't be too quick to overlook it. You may be standing beside one of history's most respected medicinal herbs, a quiet little plant that has served generations of people while continuing to thrive almost unnoticed beneath our feet. 3. Dandelion. For many homeowners, dandelions are the ultimate backyard nuisance. Their bright yellow flowers seem to appear overnight, and before long they're replaced by fluffy seed heads that scatter thousands of seeds with every breeze. Each year, countless people spend time, money, and effort trying to remove them from their lawns. But this familiar weed may actually be one of the most useful plants growing right outside your door. One of the reasons dandelions are so remarkable is that almost every part of the plant is useful. The young leaves are completely edible and packed with nutrients, including vitamins A, C, and K, along with calcium, potassium, and powerful antioxidants. In fact, dandelion greens are sold at many farmers' markets and specialty grocery stores as a premium health food. The bright yellow flowers are just as versatile. They can be used to make herbal teas, syrups, jellies, homemade wine, and infused drinks. Some chefs even decorate gourmet dishes with the blossoms, adding both color and a mild floral flavor. The root is perhaps the plant's most valuable feature. Roasted dandelion root has become a popular caffeine-free coffee alternative and is widely sold in health food stores around the world. It's also a common ingredient in herbal teas and wellness supplements that are traditionally used to support digestion and overall health. Perhaps the most amazing thing about dandelions is how little they ask for in return. While gardeners spend months watering, fertilizing, and protecting vegetables from insects, dandelions thrive almost entirely on their own. They need virtually no irrigation, very little care, and continue returning year after year. In some ways, a healthy patch of dandelions can provide more nutritional value than many carefully cultivated vegetables. The plant that millions of people work so hard to eliminate may actually be one of the most nutritious and versatile weeds nature has to offer. 4. Burdock. Burdock is another weed that's far more valuable than most people realize. For many, it's best known for its stubborn burrs that cling to clothing, pet fur, and just about anything else they touch. After a walk through a field, those sticky seed heads can seem more annoying than useful. But beneath the soil grows one of the world's most respected edible roots. For centuries, burdock has been cultivated as both a vegetable and a medicinal herb. In Japan, where it's known as gobo, the long roots are harvested, peeled, and cooked in stir-fries, soups, stews, and many traditional dishes. The root is rich in dietary fiber, antioxidants, and numerous beneficial plant compounds. Today, it's also commonly processed into herbal teas, extracts, capsules, and other wellness products sold throughout the world. Traditional herbal medicine has long associated burdock with supporting the body's natural cleansing processes, making it one of the most respected herbs in many natural health traditions. One of the most fascinating facts about burdock has nothing to do with food at all. Its sticky burrs inspired one of the world's most recognizable inventions. After noticing how the tiny hooks attach themselves to clothing and animal fur, Swiss engineer Georges de Mestral developed the hook and loop fastening system we now know as Velcro. So the next time you pull burdock burrs from your socks or your dog's fur, remember that this seemingly troublesome weed helped inspire an invention used in clothing, medicine, aerospace, and countless everyday products around the world. Plants like burdock remind us that the difference between a troublesome weed and a valuable crop often depends entirely on how we choose to see it. 5. Wood sorrel. Wood sorrel is another plant that's easy to mistake for an ordinary weed. Its small heart-shaped leaves resemble clover, while its delicate yellow, white, or pink flowers often blend into lawns and garden beds without attracting much attention. Many gardeners pull it out year after year without realizing they're removing a plant that has been appreciated for centuries. One taste is usually enough to understand why people have valued it for so long. Unlike many wild plants that are bitter or tough, wood sorrel has a bright, refreshing flavor that's often compared to lemon. Its pleasant tartness comes from naturally occurring oxalic acid, the same compound found in spinach and rhubarb. Long before grocery stores made fresh produce available year-round, people relied heavily on wild plants like wood sorrel for both nutrition and flavor. It grew almost everywhere, along woodland paths, in meadows, beside farms, and in village gardens, making it an easy and dependable food source. Travelers often chewed the leaves during long journeys because their refreshing taste helped relieve thirst on hot days. During the Middle Ages, wood sorrel became one of the first wild greens gathered each spring. After months of limited fresh food during winter, people eagerly collected its tender leaves as a welcome source of vitamins and nutrients. Although cultivated vegetables gradually replaced many traditional wild foods, wood sorrel remained an important part of rural cooking, with knowledge of the plant passed down from one generation to the next. Today, chefs have rediscovered its unique flavor. Many fine dining restaurants use wood sorrel to add a fresh, citrus-like taste to seafood, poultry, salads, and vegetable dishes. Some chefs even use it as a natural substitute for lemon juice, while others appreciate its attractive appearance as an edible garnish. Foragers also prize wood sorrel because it's easy to enjoy fresh once it's been properly identified. Its mild flavor makes it one of the favorite edible wild plants for beginners learning about foraging. Beyond its refreshing taste, wood sorrel also provides vitamin C, antioxidants, and other beneficial plant compounds that helped support nutrition long before modern agriculture made fresh vegetables readily available. Its ability to survive is equally impressive. Wood sorrel grows happily in poor soil, shady gardens, woodland edges, and even between cracks in sidewalks. While many cultivated vegetables require constant care, this little plant quietly flourishes with almost no attention. That resilience has allowed it to spread across much of the world, surviving changing climates and difficult growing conditions with ease. Ironically, many people spend money on gourmet greens that offer flavors similar to wood sorrel, while pulling this remarkable plant from their own gardens for free. The next time you spot wood sorrel growing among your flowers or vegetables, pause before removing it. What looks like another ordinary weed may actually be a forgotten culinary treasure that has nourished people for hundreds of years and still deserves a place on the table today. 6. Red clover. Red clover is one of those wild plants that people see almost every day without realizing how valuable it truly is. Its soft pink and purple flower heads brighten fields, roadsides, meadows, and open spaces throughout the growing season, yet most people simply pass by without giving it a second glance. Behind those colorful blossoms, however, is a plant with a long history of medicinal use, an important role in agriculture, and growing value in today's herbal industry. For hundreds of years, red clover has been respected in traditional herbal medicine. Long before modern pharmaceuticals existed, people throughout Europe, Asia, and North America gathered its flowers, carefully dried them, and prepared herbal teas, tonics, and natural remedies. Today, the demand for red clover is stronger than ever. As interest in natural wellness products continues to grow, the flowers are harvested commercially and processed into capsules, herbal teas, tinctures, extracts, powders, and dietary supplements sold in health food stores around the world. Much of this popularity comes from naturally occurring compounds called isoflavones. These plant compounds have attracted scientific interest for many years, and researchers continue studying their potential effects on human health. Although research is still ongoing, red clover remains one of the richest natural sources of isoflavones found in the plant kingdom. Its importance extends far beyond herbal medicine. For bees, butterflies, and many other pollinating insects, red clover is one of the most valuable nectar-producing plants available. During peak bloom, entire fields come alive with pollinators moving from flower to flower collecting nectar. Those insects don't just benefit themselves. Healthy pollinator populations are essential for producing many of the fruits, vegetables, and flowering plants that people rely on every year. Without bees and other pollinators, food production would become far more difficult. Farmers have appreciated red clover for another reason for centuries. As a member of the legume family, it naturally improves soil fertility by working with beneficial bacteria that capture nitrogen from the atmosphere and convert it into nutrients future crops can use. In many ways, red clover functions as a living fertilizer. Long before synthetic fertilizers were invented, farmers intentionally planted it to restore nutrients to worn-out fields. It became an essential part of crop rotation because it improved soil while reducing the need for additional fertilizers. Even today, many organic and regenerative farmers continue using red clover as a cover crop. Its extensive root system helps prevent erosion, improves soil structure, increases organic matter, and creates healthier conditions for future crops. Wildlife benefits as well. Its flowers provide nectar for pollinators, while its leaves feed many animals. Birds, insects, and mammals all rely on red clover in different ways, making it an important part of healthy ecosystems. Perhaps the most remarkable thing about red clover is how much it gives while asking for almost nothing in return. It grows happily in fields, meadows, and roadsides with very little care, quietly enriching the soil, feeding wildlife, supporting pollinators, and supplying raw materials for a thriving herbal industry. Many people dismiss it as just another wildflower or lawnweed. In reality, it's a plant that has supported farming, herbal medicine, biodiversity, and rural communities for generations. Red clover reminds us that some of nature's greatest resources are often growing unnoticed right beneath our feet. 7. Chicory. If you've ever driven down a country road during summer and noticed brilliant blue flowers blooming along the roadside, you've probably seen chicory. This hardy wild plant grows where many cultivated crops would never survive, thriving in poor soil, dry conditions, and neglected areas with almost no human care. But its greatest value lies beneath the surface. For centuries, chicory root has been prized around the world. During times of war, economic hardship, and coffee shortages, roasted chicory root became a popular substitute for coffee. Its rich, slightly bitter flavor provided people with a satisfying drink when coffee beans were scarce or too expensive. Even today, chicory remains an important ingredient in many coffee blends, adding a distinctive flavor that millions of people continue to enjoy. Its usefulness doesn't stop there. Chicory root is naturally rich in inulin, a dietary fiber that has become highly valued throughout the food industry. Inulin is widely added to nutritional supplements, functional foods, health products, and specialty beverages because of its unique properties and growing popularity. The plant also produces edible leaves. Young chicory greens can be harvested for fresh salads, while several cultivated varieties have become respected vegetables grown around the world. It's another perfect example of how the line between a weed and a cultivated crop is often much thinner than most people realize. One reason chicory survives so well is its powerful taproot. The deep root reaches far below the soil surface, allowing the plant to absorb water and nutrients that many neighboring plants simply can't reach. This remarkable adaptation helps chicory survive drought, poor soil, and harsh growing conditions that would quickly weaken many garden vegetables. While gardeners spend countless hours watering, fertilizing, and protecting delicate crops, chicory quietly grows along roadsides, empty lots, and open fields with almost no assistance. Year after year, it produces beautiful blue flowers, nutritious leaves, and commercially valuable roots without demanding much of anything from the environment. Very few wild plants demonstrate resilience, usefulness, and adaptability as clearly as chicory. It reminds us that nature often hides extraordinary value inside the plants we overlook every day. Together with every other weed on this list, chicory challenges the idea that weeds are simply unwanted plants. Sometimes the species growing freely around us possess remarkable nutritional, ecological, historical, and economic value. We simply need to slow down long enough to recognize it.